Nana, the girl who forgot why she was here, Part 2. When Nana's parents saw her prescience results, the house was quiet for days. Her father looked at the paper, his lips pressed together. Her mother kept shaking her head. It wasn't just disappointment, it was that sinking feeling of, after all we've done, is this how you pay us back? But in the Daramola house, love was not always in words. It was in actions. So, even though they were not happy, her father went into his quiet mode again. Another phone call, another meeting, and another door opened. This time, it was microbiology. The plan was simple. She would study microbiology for a year, and if her grades were good, she could switch to nursing in 200 level. It was a small trick that some students used, but it only worked for those who had strong results. So on her first day as a microbiology student, Nana promised herself, "This time, I will not mess up." The university was bigger and louder than before. She was now mixing with real undergraduates, not just prescient students. She noticed something different too. This was where networks mattered more than talent. It was here she met Amaka. Tall, beautiful, always smelling like expensive perfume. Amaka was from a very rich home, the kind where your father's name could open more doors than your CV. But she was also smart. Smart in the university way. Not just in book spraying, but in how to survive. One afternoon, in the faculty cafeteria, Amaka leaned close to Nana and said, "Babe, you want to succeed for this school?" At first, Nana didn't understand, but as the weeks went by, she saw the truth. Amaka taught her things that were never in the school brochure. Things you could only learn from insiders. How to sort lecturers, not always with money, sometimes with gifts, sometimes through assistance from people close to them. How to pay certain smart students to write exams for you in courses where the lecturer never really checked faces. How to join special tutorial groups where the real exam questions sometimes magically appeared during practice. Nana's eyes were wide at first. She thought it was risky. She thought she could get caught. But when she saw Amaka's results, straight A's in courses she didn't even attend regularly, her doubts started melting away. Soon, Nana was in the game. She was paying people to help her in tough courses. She was exchanging appreciation with lecturers through the right channels. And the results? They were shocking. From the girl who had failed 2 courses in prescience, she became the girl with one of the best results in her class. By the end of 100 level, her grades were so good that switching to nursing was easy. No questions, no stress. Just a signature, a smile, and Nana was walking into the medical department as if she had been born there. But in medical school, Nana quickly realized this was war. From the first week, the lecturers made it clear. They didn't come to motivate you. They came to break you. The head of anatomy stood in front of the class and said, "Anatomy is a weapon, and in this school, it will be used against you. If you don't read, it will destroy you. If you read halfway, it will still destroy you. In fact, if you read everything, it might still destroy you." Nana laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. But after her first anatomy test, she stopped laughing. It was like the lecturer had gone into the deepest part of the textbook to dig out questions nobody had ever seen before. Then came medical biochemistry. Students called it the devil sent to destroy CGPAs. Endless cycles of enzymes, pathways, formulas. One small mistake and the whole answer would crumble. And physiology? That one had its own kind of wickedness. The lecturers in physiology were bold. They told the class on the first day, A is for God, B is for us, the lecturers, C is for students that are serious, D is not an option here because our pass mark is 50. If you get less than that, you're gone. It wasn't an empty threat. Every semester, students disappeared from the class list. One day you're wearing your white coat, smiling in the hallway. The next, you're at home, explaining to your parents why you're no longer in medical school. Nana knew this was a different battlefield. In microbiology, she could buy her way around a problem. Here, it wasn't so easy. She had to balance her old tricks with real reading. Late nights, coffee cups, and sometimes tears. She saw classmates cry in the hostel hallway after anatomy practicals. She saw people repeat classes. She saw some just give up and leave for easier courses. But Nana, she had tasted the sweetness of being on top, and she wasn't ready to go back to being average. She fought. She read. Medical school was not the dream she imagined in her prescience days. It wasn't white uniforms and pretty Instagram pictures. It was war. War against time, war against sleep, war against failure. But one thing was clear. Nana had learned the real truth. Connections can open doors. Secrets can help you survive. But in the end, medical school will test not just your brain, but your will to fight. And Nana, she had decided she was not here to lose. By the time Nana settled fully into medical school, she was living like a queen. Her father had rented one of the most expensive lodges close to the school, a modern apartment, well-painted walls, air conditioner in the room, flat-screen TV hanging on the wall like a trophy, and most importantly, no roommate. It was her space, her privacy, her comfort zone.